When has telling somebody to calm down or relax ever worked in the history of this world? Get over it. Oh, you're right. I should just get over it. No, that's the dumbest and most dismissive thing that you could say.
Don't tell me that I'm being dramatic. Don't be
Right.
dramatic. This is how I feel. I'm going to express the way I feel.
The American dream that everybody is force-fed in this country that doesn't exist. The American dream is very individualistic. It is not supportive of community. It's supportive of capitalism.
This article explores the generational divide in language, highlighting 12 common phrases that older generations use without a second thought, but which Gen Z often finds offensive, invalidating, or dismissive. This disconnect is rooted in differences in values and communication styles and attitudes towards mental health, social justice, and technology. Gen Z's emphasis on empathy, inclusivity, and emotional intelligence means that they are more sensitive to language that feels dismissive or outdated, especially when it comes to social issues or personal experiences. So, are we going to go through all 12 phrases? I don't know. Not phases. I said it right before we started this segment that I was going to stop saying phases and was going to say phrases. But ladies and gentlemen, if it's a day, that day, I done messed up several words. All right, just messed up geographic.
You know, you're human. You're a human being.
Yeah.
And that it is what it is.
So one of the phrases that Gen Z often gets annoyed by is "get over it."
Yeah.
It feels dismissive of mental health struggles and invalidates genuine concerns, especially for a generation that values emotional openness.
Yeah.
And I will say that I used to say, yeah, just get over it, because once again, I was emotionally ignorant.
Yeah.
And now I'm becoming emotionally intelligent and realizing that, look, just because I may think something is not a big deal, does that mean that that's the biggest deal of the person's world right now? Like when we were kids, we just touched on it in the last segment. What happened to us at school was our entire world.
Yeah.
We didn't realize that small window of 4 years in our high school, like half the time we wouldn't even remember whatever thing that was serious that happened that day. A year from then, much less 20 years from then.
Right.
But in that moment, that is the most important.
It's your whole world.
Right.
It's also incredibly dismissive. It's like when people tell you to calm down or relax. When has telling somebody to calm down or relax ever worked in the history of this world? Get over it. Oh, you're right. I should just get over it. No, that's the dumbest and most dismissive thing that you could say. You can't just tell somebody to get over it. You don't think I thought of that?
You don't think I would if I could, but I can't.
You don't think I would if I could? Don't just dismiss my genuine struggle. This is important to me. Do not dismiss it by telling me to get over it or calm down or relax. Oh, I should just relax. Oh, that's a great idea. I don't know why I haven't thought of that. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Please stop telling people that.
Well, here's another one that's going to piss you off. Don't be so dramatic. It's another phrase that pisses Gen Z off. It undermines emotional expression and reinforces the stigma around discussing feelings, which Gen Z actively works to dismantle.
Yes.
You know why? Because it's effing healthy. Yes. I said something on my episode that released on Tuesday, how there's this whole thing going around, could 100 men beat one gorilla? And the answer is no. The answer is yes, under the right circumstances. Yeah. But the answer is truly no, because the original question was, could 100 average men beat a gorilla? And the answer is no, because they're going to face fear. And a lot of times men don't want to address the fact that they're afraid.
Yeah.
Everything that pisses men off is because we are afraid.
Yeah.
And Gen Z is openly like, yo, we're going to dismantle that. So don't tell me that I'm being dramatic. Don't be dramatic. This is how I feel. I'm going to express the way I feel.
Exactly. I mean, it's very similar to tone policing. You know, if I'm upset, I'm going to express that upset. And that's going to come out the way that it's going to come out. Now, as long as I'm not a danger to myself or others, Let me have my meltdown.
Right.
Let me have my meltdown so that I can get it out of my system, collect myself, and move forward. But don't tell me that I'm being dramatic,
Mm.
because this is something that is affecting me emotionally or mentally or physically, or something is going on that is eliciting this response. And to me, it's not dramatic. To me, it's important, and you should validate my feelings, not dismiss them.
Another way, another phrase that pisses off Gen Z, if it doesn't affect you, excuse me. Another phrase that pisses off Gen Z, eventually I'm going to get these right. It doesn't affect you, so why do you care so much? This ignores Gen Z's commitment to empathy and social activism, invalidating their drive to support causes beyond their immediate experience. Something like, I don't know, Black Lives Matter?
Yeah. Yeah. So a lot of older generations, and I would say it starts to break up around like the millennial era, but certainly
Younger
with
millennials.
younger millennials, but
Yeah.
certainly with Gen Z. But there's this very individualistic, the American dream that everybody is force fed in this country that doesn't exist. The American dream is very individualistic. It is not supportive of community, it's supportive of capitalism. And so you're growing up in an environment of like everybody for themselves. And we lost that sense of community, right? Especially I think about in the Black community, where like the church used to be the center of our community. It was
Mhm.
where, everything happened through the church. Any kind of social activism or political activism or food drives or anything, anything, it happened through the church. And because we shifted focus to this more like individualistic view of like success, especially in this country, we move away from building community and caring about the people in our community, especially the
Mhm.
most vulnerable among us.
So, say it again. Look, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what's happening to me today. I felt good today.
Yeah.
Feel like in good spirits,
Yeah.
but I'm struggling a little bit. Two phrases that piss Gen Z off, and we're going to do these back to back because I feel like they're connected. We've been through this before,
Mm-hmm.
and back in my day.
Right.
They're both used to dismiss new perspectives or concerns by implying that older generations' experiences are more valid, which stifles productive dialogue and compares current struggles to the past in a way that belittles the unique challenges Gen Z faces, particularly in the workforce. And yes, I even get it from boomers, right?
Yeah.
Back in my day, I would have
I,
had a house, of family, and all this. I was like, yeah,
I'm
for $12.99.
I'm gonna be honest. I am guilty of this as well. Like, especially in the current political landscape, right? You got all these memes of like, it's like this horrible political news, and Black people just doing line dancing, right?
Right.
Because we like, hey, we've been through this before,
Uh-huh.
and we've come out the other side, and we're gonna be fine again. But I even have to stop myself and be like, yeah, we have been through worse. Well, I don't know. It's
No,
all relative. It's all
yeah, it's
relative.
all relative. Yes.
But
Yes.
we have been through difficult times in this country. I
Mhm.
mean, this country has been at war with itself. Like this is
From
not.
its inception.
Yes. So it I get how that can be invalidating for people who have not lived through that. Like, this is there. We've been through this before.
Mhm. Yeah, and I think
This
people
is there back
need
in
to
my day. And
yeah.
we have to be more cognizant of the fact that this is what's going to be in their children's history books.
Yes. Yes. And that's a hard concept to visualize,
Mhm.
because if you're a parent, an uncle, an aunt, a godfather, things of that nature, and you're trying to be upbeat and be like, yeah, we've been through this before, it's going to be all right. Because back in my day, this is the way we handle it. We ain't talk about back in the day,
Yeah.
because back in the day is different than what it is right now.
Yeah.
They are faced, the younger generation is faced with certain circumstances and actions that I couldn't even fathom. And I don't have an answer on how to deal with it because actually, I haven't been through it before. Not specifically what they're going through. It looks familiar,
Yeah.
but it's not the same. So you can't be so dismissive of another person's plight.
Yeah.
Join the conversation and follow the Unsolicited Perspectives podcast on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your audio podcasts.